Hey, welcome back to English with Shola. That's me. I'm Shola. So let's get into another idiom today. This idiom is used with when or if, and the main part of it is push comes to shove. So, first of all, let's take a look at the word push. Push has different meanings, different uses. It can be push a button or press a button. It could be to force something, meaning to make it move. So you can see the little red push pin. You push that into the board to hold a paper up. Some umbrellas, you have to push it up so that it will be in the correct position to protect you from the rain or the elements. You can push a shopping cart or a trolley if you like British English. Force, as you can see, the little cat is about to push over the flower vase or vase if you prefer. Push is also used for force, meaning to close something. So you can see in the image, there's a hand that is pushing the little drawer to close it. Or you can push a door closed or push a window closed. Push also means influence or motivate in the sense of someone could push you to make a decision. Let's continue. The word shove, it's synonymous with push, and a shovel can be a tool, a noun, or an action, a verb of actually digging. So use a shovel to dig a hole. People who live in northern countries must have a shovel handy to shovel snow in winter. And kids, or big kids at heart, can use a small plastic shovel to dig in the sand at the beach. So the meaning, what does this idiom mean? Well, when push comes to shove means that when a situation becomes critical or urgent or difficult, you must take action. You must make a decision, even if it's not ideal or easy. And it implies that procrastination or avoidance is no longer possible. You have to take action now. So the origin of this idiom is a little bit uncertain. There's not exact information about it that I could find, but we can imagine it definitely comes from pushing and shoving in a physical altercation. And that's a situation when actions become necessary to resolve the intense situation. So let's look at some example sentences. Um, I didn't want to ask for help, but when push came to shove, I had no other choice. So here, instead of when push comes to shove, it's in the past tense. The past tense of come is came. Then they were reluctant to spend the money, but when push came to shove, they realized it was necessary to fix the car. Again, that's in the past tense. And we've been putting off this project for way too long. When push comes to shove, we'll have to work overtime to finish it. There it's used in the future. When push comes to shove, using the present to talk about the future. If you need to, you can pause the video. You can look over these examples a little bit more. There are some synonyms for this idiomatic expression. Instead of saying when push comes to shove in a sentence, you could say at the end of the day, or when we are in a pinch, or in the final analysis, or when it's crunch time. These are all synonymous with this idiomatic expression. You can see how if we go back, they would be useful. For example, I didn't want to ask for help, but at the end of the day, I had no other choice. In a pinch, we could say, they were reluctant to spend money, but since they were in a pinch, they realized it was necessary since they were in that difficult situation where action had to be taken. In the final analysis, this could be used a lot in the business world, in a professional business setting. Maybe we've been putting this project off for way too long. So in my final analysis, I've determined that we must work overtime to finish it, meaning that's been my decision based on the critical situation we're in. And when it's crunch time, That's also used a lot in business and in a professional sense, like it's crunch time. Everyone must get down to work because we can't avoid it or procrastinate any longer. Now it's time to practice. When you see the line, when I pause, that's where you put in the answer. Push comes to shove. Or past tense, push came to shove. Okay, I'll come up with the money somehow if I'll get an extra job. My friend really needed some extra cash for her graduation trip, so when she sold some clothes and accessories on Vinted. It's nearly impossible to live without a phone nowadays, and keeping up with the latest models can be quite expensive. However, when you can probably make do with a used or refurbished phone. Several small businesses tried their best to survive the pandemic, but when they were forced to shut down entirely. So sad. So also try to come up with your own example with your complete sentence. Think about a situation in your school, in your family, in your workplace where you could work this idiom into conversation. Now, as I always do, I try to share like some realia, some real videos or opportunities where you can see this idiomatic expression used by native speakers. I wasn't able to find any movie clips or TV series this time. Um, Perhaps you can. If you know of any, please comment down below the video to let us all hear about that. That would be great. So I did find 3 songs this time. If you're a fan of Jamaican music, reggae music, you'll enjoy Freddie McGregor's version of his song, When Push Comes to Shove. If you're more into rock, you might want to check out this Van Halen song or the Grateful Dead. So, all of these musicians and singers have produced a song called When Push Comes to Shove. Again, as usual, in my PDF file, which is on my website, www.englishwithshola.com, which is linked in the description of this video. There you can download the PDF of my presentation. And in the PDF, if you click these pictures of the singers or the band, it will lead you to the YouTube song with the lyrics. So you can listen to the song and sing along if you so choose. All right. Thanks for listening. So I hope you have an incredible day. I hope you've enjoyed learning about when push comes to shove. But please do not push anybody. Do not shove anybody. Let's be kind. See you later.